Yo, what up, guys? It's your boy Fitzmon TV here, aka GLorn33. I'm here with another video on the channel for you guys. I know it's a little late depending on when you're watching this video, but I'm recording this video around 1 a.m. at nighttime. It's pretty late outside right now, and I'm here because if you guys can see from the title, we got some big Dragon Ball Super news for the movie. All right, a lot. There was an interview done with one of the movie producers that our boy Herms98 on Twitter, go follow him, basically gave, and he did an interview on the official Dragon Ball Super news website, and basically I have the highlights right here. Basically, if I wasn't doing this video late, I would probably edit them in, but I'm doing them here easy so you guys can get the news. But we're gonna go through them. And basically, we're gonna mention Frieza. We gotta talk about the length of the movie, how long it is. We also got a little bit of news on potentially the return of Dragon Ball Super. I'm talking about the TV show coming back after this movie, possibly a Dragon Ball Super Broly extended cut, possibly. So without wasting any more time, let's get straight into the highlights. So basically, on the Dragon Ball official site, interview for the movie, the movie director named Tasasa Nagami as Toriyama is planning on giving Broly more characterization. We already knew this, right? Broly's being rewritten, so he's gonna get a whole new side of his backstory. We're gonna find out more about Broly that we ever knew before. And basically, Nagame, who is the director for this movie, he's focusing on making him look super strong with various techniques. There's about 300 to 400 sheets of storyboard just for Broly's action. This is we're talking about Broly's actions. Basically, when it comes to this or in technique, we're not talking about moves and stuff like that. Basically what they mean is we're going to be seeing stuff like CGI. All right, if you guys remember from the Battle of Gods and the Resurrection F movies, we saw CGI being used, and some points it did not look that good at all. All right, but basically what they're planning is they're planning on using CGI, and basically the whole point of CGI in this movie is going to basically to showcase how strong Broly is. What up, wise guy? um but basically we're gonna get this CGI that we're gonna see in this movie is basically gonna show us how strong Broly is. It's meant to showcase his power. I think we saw a little bit of CGI in the trailer when Super Saiyan Blue Goku was fighting against Broly in his second form, but hey. Oh, hey, yeah, wise guy. I am planning on going to WrestleMania next year. I will definitely be there. Um, but back to what we were talking about. Basically, there are new characters as we saw. There's new characters. Some of them we saw in the trailer with the Saiyan armor. On the new characters, I don't know how to pronounce her name. I think it goes Chili. Chili is a young delinquent girl who acts on her own emotions. She helps out Broly while thinking of the consequences with terrible results. Limo is another person, one of the characters we saw from the trailer. Limo has served in Frieza's army for decades. He wants to do something about Broly, but knows his own limits. So basically, Chili and Limo, I thought these characters that we saw in the trailer, those trailers we saw early in the trailer, I thought they weren't that good. I thought they would be like killed off early in the movie. We know that Frieza is rebuilding his army, and there are very, very small, but there are people that used to be in Frieza's army back in the day that are still in his army today. Basically, that's going to be a thing to watch out for. But he wants to do something about Broly, but knows his limits. So on Chili, she's a long delinquent girl. So basically, I believe she may have something to do with how Broly potentially gets the collar that his father puts on him and lets Broly free. Basically, it lets Broly go out on his own free will to use all this power and do whatever he wants. That's one thing I believe. All right, that could be a possible theory. We don't know much. We won't know that until the movie comes out. But she does has a role. She's gonna be helping out Broly in different parts of the film, and she basically acts on her emotions. One thing I learned in college is basically that never let your emotions be the primary factor when you're making decisions. So basically, that's good proof to her detriment probably in the movie. Limo has certain, as we heard, he or she, he's been, oh, he's a he. He's been in Frieza's army for a long time, and he wants to do something about Broly. So basically, maybe this kind of confirms that, hey, basically this basically confirms that, basically, or it kind of semi confirms that Broly and Frieza have some kind of working relationship. We know that Frieza's been dead. He just returned to the living now. So potentially what that means is maybe Frieza comes back and he finds out, hey, that there has been some soldiers in some other part of the universe watching over Broly. I don't know, or maybe Paragus and Broly are working for Frieza on the low key. We'll have to wait to the movie, but we do. I'll get back to that in just a second. Joe Ivy says, "I do you think you could come to Milwaukee?" I'm not really sure if I could come to Milwaukee. I'm pretty busy at the moment. Maybe one day. Maybe one day I will. But getting into this, Limo, Limo will be encountering Broly and Cheese's actions start to Limo encountering, okay, I read it wrong. Limo encountering the actions of Broly and Chili and will basically start to influence him. Nagami likes the balance between these characters, but saying any more would spoil the movie. So Limo and Chili, these characters that we saw, they I forgot what they looked like, but they were in the trailer. They were the ones in the same armor, or not, more in the Frieza Force armor. At the beginning of the trailer, they're gonna have roles in this movie. All right, basically, all right, now a little bit on Goku and Vegeta. We know that this takes place after the Tournament of Power. All right, Goku and Vegeta. We know Goku cannot tap into Ultra Instinct at the moment. All right, he forgot how to do it. It happened accidentally when he was fighting Jiren. Vegeta has Super Saiyan Blue evolution, but no matter, even though Goku doesn't have um even though Goku does not have Ultra Instinct at the moment, it's still somewhere in his body. You got that power is stored, and most of us believe that Goku at some point in this movie, probably towards the end, will tap into Ultra Instinct. He will reawaken it. Will he master it again? Will he be able to tap to? Will he be able to tap on it? Will he be able to tap into that power on his own? That's gonna be interesting. We don't know yet, but it's potentially it could happen. But basically, this is big, right? And if you guys want to follow along with me, or you guys want to see this info for yourself, make sure to follow Herms98 on Twitter. On the usual suspects, Goku is already pretty close to being a god. This is big, all right? Because some of us we already thought Goku already was a god. We knew he had Super Saiyan God, the red hair form. He had Super Saiyan Blue, which is basically Super Saiyan God fused with the power of Super Saiyan. And then we've seen him with the Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken. We've also seen him with Ultra Instinct and Mastered Ultra Instinct. But now this thing is telling us that Goku is pretty close to becoming a god. So does that mean that there's a lot of things that this could mean? This could potentially mean that this whole time that we thought Goku's had the power of a god, but he hasn't been a god. So basically, this is mean that he's close to surpassing Beerus, or is he catching up to Whis? What does that mean? Because if the movie director is saying this, that means Goku's pretty close. We know Goku wants to get stronger. That's the one that Goku, he loves to fight. He loves to fight strong people, and he loves to get strong in the process. So in the usual sense, Goku is already pretty close to becoming a god, and Vegeta is desperately trying to catch up. We know Vegeta has Super Saiyan Blue evolution, but Super Saiyan Blue evolution is nowhere close to the power of Ultra Instinct. Is Vegeta still trying to master Ultra Instinct, or is Vegeta trying to get there using some other new form that we haven't seen yet? Who knows? But it says Goku's already pretty close to becoming a god. Vegeta is desperately trying to catch up. This time, Frieza shows particular goal as well. He wants to be on top, but is pondering how he can with Beerus and company around. It's his ambition to defeat the Army King. We know Frieza's gonna have a role in this movie. We saw in the trailer he's gonna be fighting Broly. Is Broly and him aligned? It looks like that's semi-confirmed until Broly, breaks free of his father's device control. Once he breaks free of that collar, he's gonna be able to do whatever the hell he wants. So maybe he's only doing this because his power is being suppressed. Who knows? That's gonna be very interesting to see how that works in the movie. All right, but Goku is so we know Goku's close to becoming a god. Vegeta's trying to catch up, and Frieza's getting stronger. How strong is Frieza gonna be compared to Goku and Vegeta? It seems to me that Frieza's gonna be or at least for a little bit, he's gonna work with Broly to try to combat against Goku and Vegeta. Because Frieza knows he's not stronger than Goku and Vegeta, at least not right now. You know, Goku and Vegeta are stronger than him, and he can't do it alone. Which is something that's interesting. And the next highlight, it says in Resurrection F, Frieza was at a huge disadvantage fighting on his own. But Nagami says everyone should look forward to seeing how Frieza will oppose Goku and Vegeta this time around. So not only do we gotta focus on Goku, Vegeta, and Broly, but we also need to focus on Frieza. It seems like Frieza's gonna we know Frieza's gonna have a big role in this movie. It seems like his role may be bigger than we thought. All right, even though he's probably working with Broly's probably working with Frieza, at least for the beginning part of this movie. And then at some point, as he breaks control, Frieza's then gonna have to try to come back against Goku Vegeta. We knew in the Tournament of Power. Remember in the Tournament of Power that Frieza was trying to, he wanted to have control over all the gods. He wanted to have all the gods serve him. He wanted to become stronger than the Omni King. All right. He wants to have control over Beerus, the angels, all of them. All right, but how can he do that? Maybe that's why Broly. I did another video. If you guys haven't checked out, Broly basically has more destructive power than the god of destruction. That's what a recent scan said. So if Broly is that strong, maybe Frieza sees this power in Broly. Maybe he's trying to use that so he can try to take out Goku and Vegeta and then go after Beerus next. All right, because Frieza, he told Goku, Vegeta, and Frieza. Frieza told Goku and Vegeta and Beerus at the end of the Tournament of Power, I'm not going to stop doing evil. Goku and Vegeta was like, all right, we'll be ready right here to stop you. How is Frieza going to get to the top if Beerus, Goku, and Vegeta are still around? Maybe that was the reason why they actually brought Frieza back. Because, it would be too easy for Goku and Vegeta to keep defeating enemies. All right, they beaten all these enemies throughout Super, and now with the whole expanded universe thing, yes, they have Jiren and Hit out there, but they're in other universes. All right, maybe having it basically, if you look in terms of Universe 7, Goku, Vegeta until Broly arrives. All right, Goku and Vegeta don't really have a rival. All right, they're just really training because they want to get stronger than Beerus and Whis. All right, but now bringing Frieza back, maybe that gives them that rival because they know Frieza wants to one day eventually take both of them out and basically become the strongest. We'll have to wait and see on that. But that Goku is close to becoming a god is huge, huge. All right, because we didn't really think that before. Most of us already thought, hey, Goku was already basically a god, but maybe we were wrong. But as I said in the second tweet in Resurrection F, how Frieza's at a huge disadvantage fighting on his own. All right, when you look at how simple Resurrection F was, a simple story. It's basically Frieza came back, he invades planet Earth with his army of 1,000 soldiers. Basically, the Sea Fighters take care of the soldiers. Goku and Vegeta come in, and basically they fight Frieza. That's Golden Frieza gets introduced, Super Saiyan Blue gets introduced, and then eventually Frieza tries to blow up the planet. We run time, and then Goku kills Frieza. It was a pretty simple story. Not too much happened. It was basically just the story of Frieza wanting to get his revenge. All right. Hopefully, and I believe so, Broly's going to be a more complex story, in the movie, and then we're going to get a lot of backstory, and it's going to be interesting to see at the same time. That's what I think. Next up. All right, because Frieza fighting on his own. That's the thing that makes me think that Frieza and Broly are fighting together, or at least aligned with a common goal, at least for now. Until we find out more about Broly's personality and his character in this movie, it's hard to say. But it would be hard to mention. It would be hard to mention that Frieza was at a huge disadvantage fighting on his own. All right. We know Frieza wants to do stuff alone. Frieza believes he's like a lone wolf. Frieza, he wants to do. He doesn't really want help. He believes he's strong enough to do everything on his own. Kind of like Vegeta before Vegeta, had a change of heart. Frieza doesn't have that kind of side to his character. So Frieza, that makes me think that Frieza is going to align himself with Broly to combat against Goku and Vegeta. In that way, in that way, that Goku and Vegeta will have, Goku and Vegeta will have trouble. All right, because it's pretty easy when Goku and Vegeta can just team up 2-on-1 on Frieza. It wasn't that difficult. Frieza was practically by himself. He had nobody. His soldiers his soldiers were basically dead at that point. He really was alone against Goku and Vegeta in Resurrection F. If he has Broly and who knows who else might appear, then he's gonna have a better chance. It helps evens the odds, especially when you're facing two people as strong as Goku and Vegeta. Next up, it was a bit hard for Nagame when he heard Broly would be in this film, since his mentor Shige Sashi Yamakuki, I think I said his name wrong, Yamakuki, I don't know, directed the first Broly movie, and he figured he couldn't surpass his mentor. Still, he's focusing on Toriyama's new characterization for Broly and making him look strong. So basically, the Nagame, he is the director for this movie. His mentor, all right, was the one who directed the first Broly movie, Dragon Ball Z movie 8, the Broly the Legendary Super Saiyan. All right, so maybe he felt a little bit bad because he was directed for this movie, but when his mentor made the original Broly movie, even though Broly was not canon at that time. But, he shouldn't feel too bad. This is Toriyama. He's the creator of Dragon Ball. There would be no Broly if it wasn't for Akira Toriyama, So, hey, he shouldn't feel too bad. But this is interesting. All right, it doesn't have too much to do with the plot, but this is interesting for the movie at least. Nagami felt that the image of what a Dragon Ball anime was like had gotten too fixed. He wants to refresh how Super Saiyan transformations, Kamehamehas, etc. are depicted using the latest animation methods. So basically, we're gonna see this Dragon Ball movie is gonna be something we haven't seen before. All right, I feel like the trailer gave us different shots of that already. Nagami, it says here, I just read, he felt that the image of what Dragon Ball anime looked like had gotten too fixed or too simple. All right, people were way too used, and this was not the way it should look. He wants people. He says people have gotten way too used of the way, or at least how the current way that transformations and stuff like that. I guess he wants to see transformations matter more. I feel like that is kind of true. But I didn't really complain about that too much but I did complain about that at points because there are points where I saw Goku using Super Saiyan Blue at times that he should have never used it in Super. Like for example, when Android 17 in Dragon Ball Super, and when Goku's recruiting people for Universe 7 for the Tournament of Power, when Goku and Android 17 go to face, I forget that monsters that's trying to steal the porters from the island that Android 17 protects. Goku went Super Saiyan Blue against that guy. I was like, there's no reason, all right? No reason that this weak guy that's after animals, there's no reason for Goku to use his God form against animals or against, no. There's no reason, I'm sorry, I'm getting my words messed up. That's how late it is. There's no reason for Goku to use his God form, his strongest form at the time, his Super Saiyan Blue form against a guy that's after animals. He shouldn't have to transform at all. All right? At all. If you were gonna do something like that, like, hey, probably should just went Kaioken or Super Saiyan, even though it's not necessary. But you see what I mean. All right. People have gotten so used to this Goku and Vegeta just transforming at any time, then it's just not the meaning behind the transformations and certain things that we see in Dragon Ball has gotten too simple. It's not in the right way, which I have no problem with. All right. When it comes to this movie, he's going to refresh that idea. So basically, I feel like what he means is that when we see Goku or Vegeta transform into one of their Saiyan forms, it's gonna mean more. All right, it's not gonna be, oh yeah, they're just transforming for the sake of transforming, but they're transforming because they need that power at that specific moment in time. And we know with how strong Broly's gonna be. We know Broly's gonna be the strongest enemy that the series has showed us so far. Broly's, it makes sense that, hey, when we see Kamehamehas, when we see Final Flashes, when we see Galick Guns, that is going to be important. It's not going to be just for a random scene or just to make a fight scene look good. It's going to be important to the story. It's going to be important to the fight, and it's going to have an impact. But I really like the idea. I'm seeing this movie in theaters with the sounds and the quality. It's going to be so good. All right. But basically, with that in mind, Toriyama's tingling back. You remember the tingling back thing. Remember when in Super, when Kaba teaches Kefla and Kale how to turn Super Saiyan, he said basically you want to get angry and you want to make your back all tingly. Toriyama's tingly back description for turning Super Saiyan inspired him to focus on the transformation's physical aspect. So basically, now we're gonna. I guess that's when we're seeing when we see Goku and Vegeta, when we see Broly transform into their Saiyan forms, when they use more power, it's gonna feel more important. It's gonna be more impactful, and we're gonna see that in the way that their body changes. That's like that could be from the hair color to the way Goku's hair looks, from the muscles, all that good stuff. So that could be really hype. This is big. I know this video is going a little bit long, but this is probably the biggest part that you want to take from this entire video. Nagame says that adapting Toriyama's script pretty much as is apart from the action scenes. But the original script would have made for twice the scheduled 90-minute runtime. So everyone involved has worked to trim it down, though the runtime has been slightly extended. All right, so basically, Toriyama's script. We know Toriyama wrote this script. He wrote this mostly during the Tournament of Power, as the Tournament of Power was airing on, TV. The early stages of the Tournament of Power. All right, that's when he was writing this and getting it approved, showing it, all that other stuff. Basically, as he wrote the script, he didn't write the action scenes. Toriyama's not an animator. He's a writer. All right, he writes. That's what made him famous, for writing Dragon Ball. Toriyama's script, made much as it is, basically the only thing is that's different is Toriyama doesn't animate. He doesn't write the action scenes. All right, he gives you bullet points of what he wants to happen, putting things that should happen. Like maybe he transforms into this or that. No, the fight scenes, the way they go, that's on the movie people. That's their job to write that, script that, and then they animate that. They put those ideas and turn them into anime. But Toriyama, he writes the script. He writes what should happen, the important events, character development, all that good stuff. Backstory, that's Toriyama stuff. So basically, his script, the original script he made, was basically twice of 90 minutes. 90 minutes is an hour and a half. Toriyama's original script was basically meant for a 3-hour movie. Resurrection F was like 95 minutes, so basically like an hour 35. This movie was supposed to be, the original runtime for this movie was supposed to be an hour and a half, basically around just about the same amount of time, as Resurrection F was. This movie is now going to be longer. It's going to be extended. I'm not complaining, So this movie is going to be a little more closer to 2 hours. It's not going to be exactly 2 hours, but it's going to be a little bit more closer. Because usually an anime film, usually can go anywhere from about 1 hour to about an hour 45. Anime films aren't super long, like an Avengers film or a Mission Impossible film or an Incredible film or etc. Because you have to animate all that, and that takes a lot of time. So basically, this is gonna be big. All right, this is gonna be big because this could play into Dragon Ball Super coming back on TV. We know the future of Dragon Ball Super, the anime, is going to all depend on how big or how good this movie does. All right, and we all expect it to do big numbers. We expect it to be a success because it's Dragon Ball. All right, Dragon Ball is always going to do numbers, and if the movie does great, the faster probably that Super will come back. I believe Super as a TV anime will probably return probably in the summer of next year. Most of us already believe it's going to come back. So basically, what's going to happen, all right, basically, what like a lot of people believe, the people who make this movie, they're not going to let Toriyama's 3 hour script go to waste. All right, because probably that 3 hour script probably has a lot of backstory details, other stuff, that plays important. Because we know, all right, because probably that 3 hour script probably has a lot of backstory details, other stuff, that plays important. Because we know Toriyama wanted this, Toriyama wants people to get to know the real Broly, the way Broly should have been from the beginning. So that's gonna be great to see. So basically, what I'm saying is, all right, and there's a 50-50 chance. A lot of people, I believe Geekdom 101, probably one of the biggest Dragon Ball people in the entire community, believes that when Super comes back, I believe it's a matter of when more than if. When Super comes back to TV, they might redo the Broly movie and turn it into a TV arc. Maybe possibly give them more time to write, new ideas for the next arc after the Broly film, or to tell all the details that they weren't able to fit from Akira Toriyama's script. Because as I said, Akira Toriyama's script is not going to go to waste. The script he wrote was meant for it to be a 3 hour movie. This movie is going to be more close to 2 hours than 3. So anything that doesn't get, put from Akira Toriyama's original script is probably going to be either put in a future Dragon Ball movie or it's going to be implemented once Dragon Ball comes back. So there is a chance that when Super does come back next year, that we could see the Broly movie be redone. I'm 50-50 on that. All right, it's going to depend on how the movie does. All right, because I don't know. Because remember, this movie is being branded as the Dragon Ball Super movie. The Dragon Ball Super movie. So it continues the story of Dragon Ball Super. So I don't know if it will make sense. Even though you want to get Akira Toriyama's details in there, it wouldn't really make sense for them to make it into a TV, to do the movie, to redo the movie and put it in TV form when you're spending all this time just to put it in a movie form. Because let's be honest, if you're gonna put it in TV form, you would have never stopped Super in the first place, and you would have never done the movie, if that makes sense. All right, but that also could possibly be that down the line when the movie releases on DVD, when it comes out on home release, that we get an extended cut, possibly. Once the movie's out in theater, it gives them more time to reanimate it and put more of Akira Toriyama stuff in there. So it's all going to depend. But right now, it's looking like the movie is going to be around close to 2 hours. It's going to be over an hour and a half, but a little more. I would say about an hour 45 right now. Until we get flat details, it looks like it's going to be an hour 45. And basically, not all of Toriyama's script's going to get in there. It's going to be very, very interesting to see what parts, unfortunately, don't get put into the script. So, that was basically about it. The rest of this arc just usually talks about animation, the frames, basically, nothing too big. Just talks about how much, how Nagame got the role for this, how basically he was taken off. He was basically how Nagame got the role for this, how basically he was taken off. He was basically helping produce Super during the Tournament of Power arc, and then he got taken off the Tournament of Power so he could start working on the movie. So that just shows how much time they've been thinking about this movie. They've been thinking about this for probably over a year and a half, and You know, we get all these details now, and we still have a good 4 months till the movie releases in Japan, 5 months before it releases here in American theaters. So hey, that's about what I got for you guys today. I know a little long video. You guys stick through it. Thank you guys. I really appreciate it. But you know, I felt like it was important to talk about this. A lot of big details, you know, surrounding what's gonna happen with this Broly movie. You know, it looks like Frieza and Broly team up might be happening. It looks like Goku's very close to surpassing Beerus finally. It looks like this movie is going to be the longest movie in Dragon Ball history. It looks like we make an extended cut. It looks like we're almost officially going to get a Dragon Ball Super TV anime return next year. A lot of details. Even though most of this isn't confirmed, but you know, this basically tells us a lot to look forward to, and it gets us more and more hyped for the movie. But you know, that's about all I got for you guys today. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe on this video. Make sure to enable notifications by clicking the bell right next to my name, Fitzmonk TV. I'll see you guys later. I'm going to try to get some sleep now. Have a great day, guys. Please.